Good morning. Good morning to each of you. I am Dr. Corrine Johnson, and I would like to welcome each of you on this morning to Grace for Today 5 Minute Devotional. And on this morning, our subject is going to be the blame game. And our key scripture is going to be coming from Matthew chapter 27 and verse 24. And it says, I am innocent. It is your responsibility. And so, more and more, we are becoming a blame oriented culture, right? And so today, if we have any misfortunes, we always deem that misfortune to be somebody else's fault. We like to say, I'm this way because of them. They did it to me. And it didn't begin with us because it goes all the way back to Adam in the Garden of Eden when he told God, the woman you gave me, she gave me of the tree and I ate it. And so, in other words, it's in our DNA. We say that, the breakdown in our marriage, it was our partner's fault, or we drink too much because somebody drives us to it, or we're sick because of the fast food industry, so let's sue them. And so shifting responsibility may alleviate momentary guilt, but it's a deadly game with no winners. Even when we think about, when the Roman soldiers got ready to crucify Christ, in sentencing Christ to die, Pilate said, I am innocent of this man's blood. It is your responsibility. And so Pilate thought that by dumping the blame on the Jews, that he would avoid upsetting either his wife or his critics and prove himself to be innocent, right? But the buck, it stops at his death, because we got to understand this, and that is that God holds you responsible for your decisions and your actions. A lot of times, especially when it comes down to women, a lot of times we'll have a baby with a man, and then when he doesn't pay child support or when he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, we always shift the blame on that man, right? But, if we'll be real honest with ourselves, we saw a lot of red flags before we got involved with him. We saw that maybe he had other kids that he wasn't taking care of. But because we had love in our eyes, we couldn't see past the fact that he wasn't taking care of his other kids. So what would make you think that if he had one from you, that he was going to take care of the one that you have? But we'll shift the blame. And then we'll start saying, ain't nothing to him, he ain't no good. No, what made you want to hook up with him? So we got to make sure that we take accountability for our own decisions and actions, because you decided to go into a relationship with that man, right? And so your failure to make the right decision or take the right action also earns you his guilty verdict. And so the Apostle Paul writes in Galatians 6 and 7, you cannot mock the justice of God. You will always harvest what you plant. And so others may be guilty of offending you, and that's their harvest to reap. But your harvest, understand this, is going to depend on your reactions. And so accepting your responsibility before God is how you alleviate your guilt, discouragement, and stress. And so let's stop this morning with the blame game. And let's take accountability for our own decisions and for our own actions, because it is your responsibility. And so on this morning, thank you all so much for tuning in and joining with me for Grace for Today 5 Minute Devotional. And it is my prayer that you will go forth on today and have a blessed day.